world has become tyrannical.
You want more of your people to die?
Deceptive. Dystopian. Fraudulent. Factual. Truthful. Direct knowledge. Has been taken away from the masses for the purposes of control. But enough is enough, dear friends.
We will not comply!
Now is the time to take what is rightfully ours. Welcome to the Syncretism Society Virtual Academy.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Syncretism Society
Virtual Academy.
Within the Academy, we have great minds to collectively bring our alumni a staggering range of knowledge.
Based off decade after decade of quantifiable research.
Spanning from sound medicine,
yoga science,
Indian spirituality,
Medical astrology.
wisdom to sovereignty,
Holistic health.
esoteric sciences,
astrotheology.
Acquiring these truths, dear friends,
will drive your empowerment and ability.
for proper ascension.
Take back your sovereignty. Take back your knowledge.
Take back your freedom. Join us at the Syncretism Society Virtual Academy.
Now is the time to take what is rightfully ours. Direct knowledge has been taken away from the masses for the purposes of control. But enough is enough, dear friends. Welcome to the Syncretism Society Virtual Academy.
Welcome, friends, lovers of syncretism, lovers of truth. It's good to be with you again. Today's lecture from the Academy is titled The Tree of Life. Last week I did the soul of the universe, and I had the word soul in the middle of the Taurus field here. Today I've got bowl. Bowl means tree. So we're going to understand that this is the tree of life. And that's what we're going to be talking about. It's the soul of the universe as well, it's everything. Because everything is... Let's finish this off. Blue. I'm just putting that E there. All right, blue. It's the colour blue. The bull. Red shift, blue shift, and then Tor. Tor, which backwards rot in German is red. R-E-D. T and D are interchangeable. All letters, all vowels are interchangeable. So you can see red in the Taurus field. Taurus fields are torsion fields, which always start with red shift.
Can you just fill people in if they didn't see this last week, that this is so that they know what
Yeah, I'm getting there. So, yep. So basically, this is the one and only model. This is how every subject that I'll be treating at the academy will be based. It'll be the same presentation over and over and over again with different subjects to put in here, because this is all that exists. So the idea of this going live, this is to give people an example of the lectures that I will be conducting every Thursday at the academy, and we are going to be doing this through Zoom. So in the chat now, if you're listening, you can go in and click on that Zoom, and if you're going to join, mute your mic, okay? Otherwise, we're just going to have to boot you off. Ricardo's going to just boot you off, because we don't want an interference. So this is going to be interactive. I would like for the callers to be specific with this subject. If you can keep tightly to the subject so that we can exhaust it properly. And I'm encouraging anyone who has suggestions or any other additions that they might be able to add to this, or points from other languages that perhaps I've overlooked. I've considered all languages in my presentations and included them in the same system, and it all works. And so I encourage the input of others. All right, so first of all, I'll just spend half an hour or an hour developing this tree theme, the tree of life, and all of the traditions that we have that come from this tree, the sacred tree. The tree has always been sacred. The Aboriginals in Australia, they respect a tree, that they will not cut a whole tree down unless they have to, and they pray to that tree because they know they're killing the soul. There's a soul in the tree. And we're going to see that in the presentation, in the slides that I have coming up. So, as we had soul last week here, we also have the tree. So it's just one and the same thing. It's this pillar, this hyperbola of every Taurus field, that's called the tree. It's the tree in the centre of the Garden of Eden. The plane of inertia is the earth, the Garden of Eden, green. The green chakra corresponding to your heart with 12 petals. Blue shift, blue at the top of the torso. Torso is Taurus. Red shift, bottom chakra, colour red. The heart is the soul, or at least it's the servant of the soul. Remember, we discussed that last week. So you'll have to go to my channel and look at the soul of the universe, to understand the difference between the heart and the soul. The heart pertains more to the emotions and the body of the individual, whereas the soul pertains more to the spirit soul. Okay? And the higher self, which is beyond this, which comes from this point here in counter space, which is called the spirit. And the spirit is always one. The spirit can never be divided. It's indivisible. That's why atum means one. Okay? All is atum. One plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10, reduces down to 1. First letter, 20th letter, 2, 21st letter, 3, 13th letter, 4. Alright, and the same with Adam, guys. I mean, I think I did this last week, but I'll just do it again because it's just so good. Adam. 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 4 equals 10 equals 1. But even if you wanted to keep this at 13, you still have 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 1 is 6, plus 13 is 19. 19, 1 plus 9 is 10, that reduces down to a 1. So whether you reduce this 13 to a 4 or leave it, Adam still is 1. DNA, Dan, which in Spanish, Adam is Adam, and Dansei in Japanese is man. So you got 4 plus 1 plus 5, the 16th letter of the 15th, 14th letter of the alphabet becomes a 5. Equals 10, equals 1. DNA, that's the DNA, guys. It's all the same thing. It's 1, 1, 1. 1, atom means 1 because Tom means 2. Alright, so I diverted a little bit there because I think that's very important. This subject, and this is the apple, and the apple in Spanish is manzana, and man equals 1. 4 plus 1 plus 5 equals 10 equals 1. So either way you look at it, we're looking at man, the soul, is also the bowl. That's why in the spinal column of the man there is such a thing as the lumbar. There's 3 main parts of the spinal column. We know there are 5, but they are fused. The coccyx is 4 fused bones. The sacrum is 5 fused bones. Vertebrae, but the lumbar in the middle is the tree. Lumbar means tree. And so this bowl in Spanish, árbol. Now, in Latin, it's arbor. R and L are interchangeable, remember. R and L are simply this. Redshift, radiation, blue shift, gravitation. Right and left. This is right turning radiation, this is left turning gravitation. And that's why the letters R and L are interchangeable in every language under the sun, bar none. So there's no argument, there's not even a discussion. I've proven that in probably, I don't know, 300 of my presentations, all based on the letter R and L. I've done presentations based on the letter R and L being interchangeable in every language under the sun, proven it comprehensively, exhaustively. These are the two liquids. This is called the rhotic, this is called the lateral liquid. This is doing a pulse. Radiation is a pulse. Is a wave. Proton, electron. Expansion, contraction. Radiation, gravitation. Fission, fusion. And that's why arbor in Latin is arbol, and we want to keep this word as pure as possible, this bowl, because remember, it's the hyperbola. This is a hyperbola. This is the tree of life. This is the torus field. And this, all of this is an atom. This is what an atom is, folks. This is the true model of an atom. In here is a white light, which when it separates, first generates red shift, then immediately blue shift, instantly after white light splits and begins to vibrate. That's magnetism becoming an electrical transverse wave. First it's pulled up to wave amplitude redshift, and then it's pulled back all the other way to wave amplitude blue shift. It's simple. Waves are going like this. Plane of inertia, right? This will be blue shift on the top, this will be red shift here, and here is white light at the equinoxes. So if you put this as the Tropic of Cancer, and this is the Tropic of Capricorn, and this the ecliptic, March the 21st equator, equinox, June 21st solstice, September 23rd autumnal equinox, December 21st winter solstice, and when we go around like this, we now have a cross. And that's the cross. This is the cross. Here is the cross. There are two planes of inertia going through your body. One goes straight down the middle of your body. That's why your face is asymmetrical, because one is smaller. Blue is a smaller light than red. It's a smaller wave. So the torus field, which is going around your body, going in the perineum, blue shift, here, blue shift, and then going down the spinal column and exiting red shift, radiation, and then looping back around, and it's cold, hot. Cold goes back to the center, and then hot comes out. It's hot and cold. That's why you have red faucet taps for hot water, and cold is, it's not green, it's not orange. Let me try and guess, what colour is the cold faucet? Yeah. Well, if it isn't blue. So, these trees, this also gives you chal. Chal is here. Al, like Allah. But this is the Holy Grail, the chalice. You know how everyone's looking for the Holy Grail? Monty Python did the movie, right? Looking for the Holy Grail. It's my favourite movie. It's the funniest film that was ever made. Monty Python, 1979.
Which film?
Huh?
Which one?
Monty Python. Oh yeah, the Holy Grail. And they're looking for the Holy Grail. So King Arthur's galloping with his men, and they've got two coconuts, and they're making the noise, and they're galloping through England, and they're looking for the Holy Grail, right? So there's funny movies made about looking for the Holy Grail. There's Hollywood epic films where Indiana Jones is looking for the Ark of the Covenant and the Holy Grail. You know, they're all looking for this Holy Grail. Well, it's right here. You see, because the heart is ruled by Leo, and Leo has 3 deacons, and one of them is the Holy Grail. In fact, it's called crater. What's a crater? It's a bowl. B-O-L. This is the bowl, the holy chalice, the holy cup. We all must drink this. Jesus says, you must drink my blood and eat my flesh. What? I don't want to eat God's Son's blood and his flesh. No, that's what it means. See, when we eat an apple, it is the blood of Jesus. That's why we give thanks when we eat. We say a prayer, we say, thank you, God, thank you. Because we invite the gods to come and smell and eat the etheric part of the energy to feed the gods and nourish them, and then we eat the physical. That's why the Chinese have their little, what do they have, apples or oranges or what on their little altars? Do you remember the Chinese, every day they go to their little altar? The Japanese, I think they do too, but I didn't see it much in Japan. But every week they've got a candle and they've got a couple of apples. Here in Mexico they've got nopal, always nopal. What else, Ricardo?
Here we got nopal.
Fruit. Yeah. But why? Why do we do that? Why do we put nopal for who? There's always this table and we put nopal and the Chinese put fruit. All around the world they're putting food out. Right?
Avocados.
Because, yeah, avocados. Aguacate. Yeah. So when you eat this apple, when you reincarnate and you have this apple, you are eating my flesh. Okay? Because with these bodies, you have to eat. And Jesus says, if you want to live, I will keep you alive, but you must drink my blood and eat my flesh. Well, that's what's produced by all these atoms. Some atoms produce water. H2O equals water. The meal I had today consisted of magnesium, potassium, calcium, iron, copper, silver, zinc. Why? Because the vegetables that were in my meal have all those minerals, therefore I am taking those atoms into my body. I am eating the elements, the flesh of God. The elements are the flesh of God. Crater. Crater means the holy. It's also called the cup of Lethe in Leo. Oops. Let's do this properly. Lethe. Can you check out how to spell Lethe, please? Oh, no, I can do it. Why should I be lazy? I don't need to. I want to get this spelling right. Lethe, because it gives us the word lethal, guys. Lethe, the cup of Lethe. Cup of. Yep, that's it. Lethe. So, Lethe gives you lethal. This is the cup of Lethe, the bowl, the chalice, the bowl, the outer bowl, the tree, and the cup, the holy cup. You see, when you look at a chalice, do you see those guys who win the tennis, you know? Djokovic or, what's his name, Roger Federer, all these great stars, and they hold this cup up, this tree. It's a cup, it's a tree. It's the holy cup. Why do they get a cup? Why do they get prized with a cup? Well, because everything is this. Of course they're going to get a cup. What else would you give someone other than a full representation of the only form that exists, which is this apple, this man, manzana. All right. So what we're going to do now, so we can see that bowl comes from blue shift. So we can see that's covered. What about tree? Well, can you see the word tree there? Vowels are interchangeable. A tree is a Taurus Tauri. Okay?
Hey, Santos.
Yep.
Your laptop is mute?
Which one? Mute?
Yeah, your Mac.
You want to... Alright, I'll mute that.
Okay, that's better.
Alright. So we've got this covered. What about this one? How do we get tree from atom? Oh, it's easy. Den. D is interchangeable with T. We all know that. M and N are interchangeable. All the vowels are interchangeable. So now we have Adam. It's pretty similar to Eden. Den is tree. Dendrite comes from the Greek word dendros. So you've got den for tree, you've got bowl for tree, and you've got tor for tree. And this is not just in English, folks. Den in Japanese is electricity. Denki, denshi. Tenshi in Japanese is angel. Ten. Tenji is heaven. You know, Tianjin, even in Chinese, where they have, they've got Tianjin in China all over the place. There's cities called Tianjin, Tianjin, Tianjin. Well, it means heaven. You see, this is heaven. Ten, den, tree, electricity. You see, trees, they look like thunder when you look at them, when you look at their spirit. Especially if you haven't enough LSD, you'll see the veins, you'll see the soul of the tree. Yeah. I'm not telling you to go and have LSD, but if you do, don't have too much because this is going to scare you when you see this. And you'll see a tree, you'll see, if you take the right entheogen, you'll see all the waves that make up the true soul of the tree. The tree's a soul. It's a holy... This is why they have holy trees. The yew tree makes the Jew, the Druid. The Druids have the oak tree as a holy tree. Here in Mexico we have the Chechen and the Chaca. The Chechen, I've seen this myself. I've seen where I lived when I lived in the Mayan forest jungle here for 2 weeks. When I first moved to the Caribbean, there were workers working on the place and they had these big purple stains all over their body because they touched the Chechen tree. So the solution, the remedy to fix those stains is the Chaca tree. See, these are two brothers. The two brothers. One's poison, radiation, and one's medicine, gravitation. See, this is radiation. This radiates your skin, and it's pretty scary, man. It looks like red leprosy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, of course.
What do they call those marks? Manchas?
Ronchas.
Ronchas, that's it. Yeah. Ronchas. So you've got to get the bark of this tree.
The savia.
The sap.
Yeah, the savia.
Yeah.
When you
cut it, it's sap.
Yeah.
Sabia.
Savia. In Spanish is savia.
Sabia. Yeah, we call it sap. So you need the sap of this one to get rid of the ronchos.
Yeah, to get the remedy.
You see? Ronchos, red. Right? So this is what it's all about, folks. Everything is here. Every single presentation I'm going to be doing. By the way, I may do one more of these for this channel. The reason I'm doing this, folks, is to get to the 230,000 subscribers out there, as many people as possible, to come to the virtual academy. Support the Syncretism Society Virtual Academy and get these lectures exclusive at the academy. This sort of stuff I'm going to be going into detail and interacting with people for, I don't like to call it Q&A, I just like to call it, let's call it, what was the word? Interactive is not the word, but it's based on that philosophy, okay? So we're gonna have it, where people can, gee, I wish I found the word. It's the perfect, it'll come to me. So this is also the Ouroboros. The Ouroboros is, see the word boar there? And then you put a bowl there, okay? This is the Ouroboros, because this is the serpent that eats its tail. You see there's the serpent, the red serpent, Satan, the blue serpent, Krishna, Christ. Krishna is always blue.
You want to take some calls?
Yeah, I think bring them in, but just get them waiting in line, because now I want to share my screen. I want to show some a short PowerPoint presentation that I've just created for today's show. Okay, so let's just lecture.
Yeah. You're already sharing the screen?
Huh?
You're already sharing?
I'm sharing, am I?
No.
Okay, let's do that. All right, share screen. Host disabled participant.
Okay, now, try now.
Okay. All right, guys, after this I'll be taking calls, so just enjoy this PowerPoint presentation that I created just for this, for today's lecture. So, all right, now the thing is, Ricardo, please make sure that these are showing on the channel, because last week, 10 of the slides, there was nothing. I'm going through slides explaining them and it was stuck.
Okay.
All right, let's make sure this is, a lot of people complained about it too. All right, guys, have a look at this. So can you see here we've got torus, tree, trunk, root. Every part of the tree has tor in it. Every part of it. The actual tree, the trunk, and the root. Root is back. See, the torus is the root of all things. That's why it is backwards. If you want to understand a word forward, look at it backwards. Remember, you must master this if you're going to understand the alphabetical universe we live in. Okay? So, torus field is the root. The root of all things is the torus field. So you can see how it works here. You can see there's two vortices. One vortex is going down, blue shift, and that's the roots in the red soil, and then the bluish-green leaves going up to the blue sky, blue shift, and that tree is the torus field. You can clearly see the soul of this tree. But at the same time, there's a counter vortex going in the other direction, along the plane of inertia, because here there is a plane of inertia, the Earth, and from out here there's a rim, and the energy goes from here and hits a point up here in counter space. So there's another counter spatial point up here. It's all magnetic. All right, but let's just have a look at the holy tree then. Why do we have arboretums? Bor is bowl. Look at this, arboretums. You see? Because the arboretum, etum, arbor is the tree, the holy tree, and you have an arboretum so you can walk in the sacred groves. The sacred groves, the holy woods. They used to go to the holy woods, to celebrate the gods, you see. That's why everybody loves to hear about Hollywood. What are the stars doing in Hollywood? Well, they're not in the holy woods at all. They're in demon land, because Los Angeles is just an artificial plastic construct for a lot of demonic activity. Simple. So, sacred groves or sacred woods are groves of trees and have special religious importance with a particular culture. Sacred groves feature in various cultures throughout the world. They were important features of the mythological landscape and cult practice of Celtic, Estonian, Baltic, Germanic, ancient Greek, Near Eastern, Roman and Slavic polytheism. They also occur in locations such as India, Japan and West Africa. Examples of sacred groves include the Greco-Roman temenos, various Germanic words for sacred groves, and the Celtic nemeton. See the word eton at the end? Dendrites. Dendros. Which was largely, but not exclusively, associated with Druidic practice. During the Northern Crusades of the Middle Ages, conquering Christians commonly built churches on the sites of sacred groves. Yes, they did. They desecrated them. The Lakota and various other North American tribes regard particular forests or other natural landmarks as sacred places. Singular trees, which a community deems to hold religious significance, are known as sacred trees. Sacred trees. Nebuchadnezzar dreams of a tree. Daniel 4, chapter 4, 1 to 18. Yeah, I wonder what happened with that tree. There was a big tree in Avatar, wasn't there? Sacred trees. They looked pretty sacred, didn't they? Did you see the film Avatar? And they were all blue, weren't they? Blue ship people. Wonder why they chose blue. No idea. Trees, people as trees. Can you see the soul? See, the Aboriginals see that. I see it. Every tree I see its soul. I see its bowl. There's a tree with a serpent. Look at that serpent. Does that look like red shift, blue shift? Yes, it does. And that tree, that atom always seduces us to eat the apple. Adam's apple, Eve's apple. It's because the apple is the tree. It's the same shape. There it is, as it really should be. The skeleton, the lumbar. He will be like a tree firmly planted by streams of water, which yields its fruits in its season, and its leaf does not wither. It's an evergreen. And in whatever he does, he prospers. You see, this is likening man to a tree that's planted by a river. Look at this tree. knowingjesus.com. knowing-jesus.com. In the middle of its street and on either side of the river was the tree of life, which bore 12 fruits, each tree yielding its fruit every month. How many months? 12. The leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. Revelation. That's in the book of Revelation, guys. You see, trees also comes from the word trio, because you've got a stump and you've got two branches. You've got three now. A tree. A tree is three. It's a trunk. All right? I am humble, for I am made of earth. I am noble, for I am made of stars. Look at this, the hyperbola. This is Jagannath, Krishna. That's interesting. That's the holy tree, guys. The Nordics knew about it. That's how we live on this flat plane here, the plane of inertia. This is the North Pole, Antarctica, the mountains of Antarctica are all around. Bhagavad Gita describes the same thing. Srimad Bhagavatam. There's the tree, there's the man inside the tree. He is the soul and he is the bowl, the tree with his lumbar. You can read all that. You can read all those words. Just read these in your own time because this will blow your mind, some of these points. It's the DNA. Remember Dan comes to the number 1. There they are. That's the tree. That's the Taurus. The serpent eating its own tail. The Tao. Tao means Dom, Adam. It's the hyperbola. There it is, the bowl. It's the bowl. It's the bowl. It's the labour that Adam and Eve had to do under the arbor. They had to do labour under the arbor. You see, God kicked them out and he placed 2 angels to protect the tree so that they wouldn't go and eat from the tree and live forever. You see, and he said, you go out and you have to work by the sweat of your brow. Well, what's that? That's labour. That's arbor. That's tree. Because when you come into your body, you have a tree. Here are some of the languages. You can read this yourself, you know. Norse, Old Norse. Bol means what? Tree trunk. Bol in Dutch, trunk of a tree. All right? And you can have a look at all these other words as well. Bulb. A light bulb. That's the stairway to heaven. That's the tree. The Merudanda is the spinal column. It's called Merudanda. Dun. Mount Meru. Mount Meru is the mountain in the North Pole. It's a magnetic mountain. Mount Meru. Hey, why has this gone?
There's a guy putting lots and lots of questions in the chat.
Is there lots and lots of questions?
Ancient prophecies just keeps putting lots of questions. I'm sending them to you in Skype if you want to answer any.
Okay, why the hell is this? What's going on here, man? This is not good.
What's going on? Yeah.
Oh,
I can see.
What's this say? I'll fix that later. All right, there's some more words. I want to bring out this word, Hungarian, Magadan, Adan. Bal, now get this, guys. Look what Bal means. Left. Left hand, Balkez, Bal ol dalon on the left side. You see, Bal, what have I been saying? Bull, blue shift is left turning. And Hungarian Magadan is one of they claim it's the original language of the universe. That's why it's called Magic Adam, Magadan, Mag, Adan. Oops. Magadan. All right, so keep looking at these other words from the other languages and you'll get the idea what Bal is, the tree, all right? Then you have words that have Taurus, red shift, and blue shift. What the hell's going on here with this? Oh, God. So you've got turbine, travel, travail, durable, adorable, tenable, tangible, table, stable, turbulence, tremble. All these are Torbal words, and these words are all Bull Tor words. Butter, better, batter, bitter, perturbator. There it is 4 times in there. Bottom, potter, boulder, bolster. Actually, have I got bolster there? Yes, bolster. That's one of my favourite words. Because what is the bowl? Well, we saw last week, it's the soul of the universe, and the soul is the sun. So bolster is bowl the star. This is why so many words end in tor. Okay, motor, tutor, agitator, ancestor, store, mentor, contractor, janitor, restore, torture, altar, elder, older, order, creditor, curator, doctor, grantor, inventor. This is why many words end in bull, herbal, tribal, global, verbal, cannibal, gimbal, symbol, oval, naval, festival, carnival, revival. Why are they all ending in bull and tor? Mumble, tumble, humble, fumble, jumble, possible, viable, noble, cable, table, valuable, able, Bible. The Bible and the Torah. The Bible and the Torah. You see, the bull and the Torah, they're everywhere, guys. And then you get all the words that end in tom. Well, these are atomic. All these are tum. So most 99% of words end in atom or bull or tor. Of the significant nouns I'm talking about. Here you'll see bowl, hyperbola, Mahabali. This is the Tamil word for hyperbola. Mahabali, Haribol, Cristobal, Balakrishna, Balarama, Baladeva, Jabulon, Kabbalah, Apollon, Babylon, Shambhala, metabolize, catabolic, anabolic, diabolical, dipole, bipolar, abolish. It's all here. The parabola fighting the hyperbola. Okay. Balance, bail, balance. It's saying here the seventh sign of the zodiac, balance, the scales in French. Balané, one of the 8 children of Doxilus. Balapatra, this is one of my favourite words, the Holy Father, the second Rama, right? Balapatra, Patra is father. And then this one, Balaram. Everyone loves, in India they love Balaram. There's Balder the Beautiful, in the Nordic system. There's the holy cow. Why is the bull so holy? Have a look at these words. These are so important. I won't stop. I'll keep going. And you'll get it. There's the bulb, a bulge. There we go for time. Oh yeah, I've only done 45 minutes. Well, here you've got an ellipse, a parabola, and a hyperbola. So this is the hyperbole. See what's going on here? The bowls that it's making. This is the parabola, and this is the ellipse. So, and that's a circle. So it's good to understand these geometries, guys, because it's all the bowl, the parabole, the hyperbole. All right. There you go. There's the lumbar, the tree of life. It's your spinal column. There it is, right there at the bottom. This is the trunk, the lumbar. Now have a look at these words. Study these words. There it is, the tree of life. People went to worship at these trees. The obelisk. Diabolical. It's the devil. Belfry. There you go. This is a belfry right here. Because here they used to have ancient Tartarian technology that drew magnetic energy through a coil, and the mercury vortex engine was in here. They removed them, the Jesuits, in the 1800s. So now we don't have free energy. Volt. There it is. We've just seen a volt on the whiteboard. The torus field. It's a bowl. There it is. There's the torus field. The chalice, the cup, the golden cup. We're looking for the Holy Grail. The Ouroboros, there it is. I've already looked at that. We've done that. Doing loops in the pool, doing laps with his pals who are asleep. See, P-E-L, that's B-O-L. Same with the word spell, sleep, spill, laps. Think about why I've got those words there, guys. Bellicose, belligerent, polemic, Apollo, blistering, ballistic. Ballistra, an ancient and medieval engine of warfare. Ballast, bolster, bullet, bulletin, blast, blaze, pellet, pelt. Volt, bolt. These all come from the hyperbola, the tree of life. It's all from the tree of life. And everything is the tree of life, guys. There's the tree of life, look, in all the elements. The earth element, volcano. The air element, tornado. The water element, whirlpool. The fire element, a twister. There you go, a fire twister. Sorry, twister devil. There you go. Devil. Devil. Diablo. In Spanish, I say diablo. You see how it's mixed around. There's the tree of life. There's the plane of inertia right there. Yeah, the apple, the tree. We get the picture. Yes, plane of inertia, red shift, blue shift. You can see red and blue. Red here on top, blue at the bottom. It's upside down. Oh no, that's correct now. Red here and then blue up the top. Yeah, that's correct. And green is the plane of inertia. That's the full magnetic field spectrum there, guys. There's only one model. This is the only thing you can talk about. When you're talking about pizzas, you're talking about torus fields. When you're talking about your uncle and your auntie, you're talking about torus fields. When you're talking about the universe, you're talking about torus fields. When you're talking about numbers, letters, digits, computers, trees, horses, mountains, water, words, thoughts, emotions, it's all torus fields. Everything is torus fields. The whole world. All is atom, all is atom, all is atom. There's a tree of life right there, just in counter space, just hovering. Nothing is travelling around at millions of miles an hour, guys. The Earth is not flying through heavens at 650 million miles an hour, as the Jesuit Copernicus said. Oh, well, he didn't. He had a lower speed, but they sped it up in the 1700s for gravity reasons, and now we're supposedly, every hour we are being displaced, and a linear trajectory vector, velocity vector, 650 million miles every hour. Right, what's a joke? There's the snake, there's the tree wrapped around seducing Adam to eat the apple. There it is as an egg. There it is simplistically. There are two torus fields, one nested in another, creating a tetrapole or quadrupole torus field. There's the tree of life. There's the tree of life. You can pause on these. You can expand them. There's Jesus crucified on a tree. The Bible says that about 9 times, I think it says, and the Lord was crucified upon a tree. See, there's the snake on the tree, the Ouroboros on the arbol, and that's the serpent that seduced Adam and Eve. Time. You see, it looks like an hourglass. Time and space. The serpent is making space, and the hourglass is making time. God is time and space. There is this is probably this is I think this is like this could be a leaf. This could be mountain ranges with the little valleys. This could be dendrites in the brain. This is this could be lightning. This is everything. Everything is this dendrites. All right, let's do some question and answers. Merci beaucoup. That's the worst French I could do. All right. Who we got? Let's have a look. So try and keep it specific to the day's topic, guys, because you'll get more when you go back to it. When you want to look up certain information, you'll know where it is. All right.
Here we got somebody in the Zoom. He's called Bobby Joel.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, Santos. Thank you for having me. Greetings from the Netherlands.
Nice.
Yes, I got a question. if you know, everything is the tree of life, you know, the earth, and also with us, with our vertebrae, right? Our spinal column, right? And everything is revolving. Actually, when the tree of life is in the center with the North Star above it, and everything is revolving around that, right?
Yep.
And we're also have got a torso with a torus field, and our spinal column is the life we are living and experiencing, and coming from inside of us and revolving around us, like the universe is happening to all of our experiences.
Yes, exactly.
So actually, I can be my own creator then, if it's revolving around me with what I am experiencing, right?
Yes. How you become a creator is you learn how to manipulate the energy which is circling around you, your aura.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just something that came up my mind, and
see, when you create, right, you create through your thoughts. If your thoughts are weak, you will manifest weak creations. So, but if you strengthen your mind and your heart and your soul and your ethics, then your thought forms are going to be capable to attract more powerful thought forms. This is why some people are called geniuses and some people are called idiots, right? Because it's because some people tap into the higher thought forms and they create better things, right? And then you get all the people that are the idiots, some of them that get bitter and angry and jealous at the people who do well. Well, you know, you can't be jealous or angry at them. They did well because they had good thoughts and they put into action.
Of course. You can never have something that somebody else will have, so jealousy is something useless in the first place.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, thank you very much.
By the way, so being from Holland, what can you say about the word bowl and tree?
Bowl. Well, we got in this country we got we say the earth. Also, we got a different name for the earth, and we say aardbol, earth bowl, aardbol. Yes, it's really funny.
Oh my God,
aardbol, like earth ball. It's literally aardbol.
A-R-T.
AARDBOL.
See, T and D are interchangeable. So that's aardbol. That's the tree in Holland, is in Dutch, yeah?
Yes.
Thank you very much. And would aard mean hard? Look at that, hard, the hard tree. Because terra firma means solid, firm, terra firma. So aard, does that come from hard?
Oh.
I think it does.
Yeah, art comes from earth as well.
Oh, well, hard and, well, earth is hard, right? It's solid. So hard, this is how you work things out, guys. You have to do this. You've got to not be superficial. You have to pay attention. Hard and earth and heart. Yeah. You can see that T and D are interchangeable.
But with the H in front of art, it is also fire.
There you go. So H now, that word now is fire, right?
Ah.
Is that right?
Yes.
So hard is that. It's also fire, and it's also aardbol, the earth. I mean,
fire in the heart.
I don't know how many other ways to say it. Even in Latin, terra is torus field, terra firma. The earth, terra, is Torah. It's a torus field.
That's why they came up with the story that in the center of the earth there's a magma fire, but it's the fire inside of you, the spark.
Exactly, brother.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, all the time when I'm listening to you, I got, things, new things every second popping up.
Of course, Bobby, because syncretism has all the answers. Not me. Not me.
No, no.
It's just a system that I paid attention to, and I know it.
Yes, we're just tools and getting out the word through work, labor.
Exactly, the labour tree.
Yes.
But I'm glad you shared that with me, Ardbol. That's precious, man.
Thank you very much.
That's why I like doing interactive presentations. So, folks, remember, these are going to be rare. I'll be doing these very rarely on this channel. These kind of interactive presentations and teachings will be exclusive for the serious students that are members of the Syncretism Society Virtual Academy, because I want to give them the best. And my aim is not to just waffle on about, torus fields and, look at how this works like this and that. My aim is to teach people to become teachers of this, because then they can go out in their communities and save their communities from religions, politicians, businessmen, and all the liars who have basically desecrated this knowledge and given us literal rubbish for all these glorious truths that are in our scriptures, which is nothing but science. So, that's why I'm doing it, and I'm determined to give it to the ones who are serious, really, really serious. I know you all are, and but we want the Academy as well to have exclusive content to make it special. It's going to be special. And, of course, the ones that I won't be sharing on my channels, I might share another one more, maybe two more in the next few months, like I'm doing today. But those ones, they will be even, harder hitting and more revelatory than these ones. All right, thanks, Billy.
Oh, wait, I had to unmute it. Thank you too. It's not Billy, but it's Bobby.
Bobby, sorry. Bobby.
Yeah, well, we also got Billy Joel, but that's a different singer. So, thank you very much.
All right, Bobby. Take care, man.
Yes, you too. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
We got Alija.
Malija?
Alija.
Alija.
Yeah, I'm asking to mute.
Aliyah. Hey, Aliyah. You'll have to unmute. Okay. Maybe grab it on. Maybe she's not wanting to.
Hi, Santos. How you going?
Oh, hey, how are you, brother?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can, but it's very broken up. Yeah, I think it's too broken up, brother. Either you go to closer to your router, or yeah, because we can't.
Hi, Santos. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll put it back on mute.
Yeah, but you're broken up bad.
Let's try with another one.
Yeah, no, we'll have to go to another caller, brother. We can't hear you. It's just too broken up.
Okay, Alexander. It seems like he had no microphone. Let me take more callers. Yeah, maybe you can take a...
Okay, so next caller, Alexander?
No, this is Leon.
Leon, you're on, brother.
Hello.
How are you? Probably muted. Oh well, next one. Try Sebastian.
Sebastian, okay, here we got Sebastian.
Can always go back to the other guys, right? All right, so bore, that's another thing too. You see, some people get bored. Oh, I'm bored.
Hi.
Yep. Hey, Sebastian.
How's it going?
Great, man.
I'm, like I said, back in Tirana.
Tirana. Did you see this?
Yeah, I saw that, but actually I live here. I wasn't born here. I wasn't born in Guatemala City, but I'm living here in this beautiful jewel place.
Yeah. And what does that mean again? Fire, right?
Yeah, Tirana in this way, it has a lot of meanings. It can be also Ottoman influenced.
Yeah.
But back then there were the Illyrians.
Right.
That were in this country. So
yeah.
It all started with Illyria. Albania is still an Indo-European language, like Hungarian.
Yep. Gotcha.
For instance, tree here, it's called Pema.
Tree,
like arbol.
Yeah.
Here it's called Pema.
Like that?
Gonna check in 1 second. Yeah, like Pema.
Yep.
P-E-M-A-A.
Beautiful. Now,
yeah, and it's a wonderful language. I speak some of the basics, but coming back to the question regarding the toroidal fields, I've noticed this with my steps by doing certain trainings, rotational trainings. And I noticed that my vertebra is the axis, so I'm the center of the world. And can you hear me?
Clearly.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it from the yoga anatomy perspective. You have a coronal plane, you have a sagittal plane, a medial plane, and once you start rotating, it's insane because I play tennis and I play other sports which are rotational sports, and it all comes up from the ground up, activation in the feet, lymphatic system activation. That will make you spin. Basically, you start becoming agile. But if you see Sufis doing it, it's amazing. In the dance, rotational. You open up a lot of portals with this, any sport.
Yeah, man. Yes.
So it starts from the ankle, it goes all the way through the knee, hips, and all the way to the shoulder and ends in the middle finger. Once you know this, it's key because you can start dancing with this and start rotating around and using that torso. Also with a halfway turn, if you turn your torso halfway, you start to feel tension in your abdomen. That's where you release that energy into balls, into any other sports, into boxing. So this is well understood, and if you apply it in the sports science, it makes totally sense that your room is about a square meter, and in that square meter you can rotate and spin around like crazy and do a lot of funky moves with it.
Oh, brilliant. What a great share, man. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect all that. That's just brilliant, man.
Yeah, looking at the axis, it works like a motor. Your body is really intelligent. It heals by itself. I had a problem with my knee last year. I don't know. I did a yoga course and I ended up messing up my knee doing a lotus. But it healed by itself because one guy once told me, one old trainer from Nicaragua, he once told me, don't take anything, man. That will heal by itself. The same exercise and the breathing exercises, you'll pump a lot of blood into the injury, and it'll pump in nutrients when you do breathing exercises and stretching along with it dynamically, and it does the job. It heals by itself. So basically, I'm a fan of rotational sports because I spin in an axis as a Capricorn. My hips got activated. My knees are in good shape because I'm taking the calcium phosphate from cell salts, and silica from Sagittarius. It just makes you become a machine in any sport and in your life, even in the kitchen. When you take out the plates from the washing machine, you take it with a middle finger and you start like it's as if you're spinning a pizza. Once you become agile, but it also has to do with the diet to get to feel this magic.
Oh yeah,
because it's magic, and then you just feel eternal. Time doesn't have a meaning anymore.
Yep.
You're just focusing on your body and starting to listening to your body, or becoming more body aware.
Yeah.
Actually, and when I just stand up, I have to move somehow. Like putting plates away in the kitchen, you do certain moves: crossover, step, step, crossover, step, step. You get from one place to another, from one shelf to another in like 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. With the cell salts, kind of an alkaline diet, and understanding yoga anatomy, pelvis, torso, these functions, connecting, it's all connected, but kinetic chain, it starts from the ground up. And that's how when you are in your athletic stance, when you're not so erected, for instance, you sink down about a foot lower than your normal height, and you have a stance of like a Formula One racer. This will make you just block anyone. You'll be like a wall, hardcore. It works for sumo, it works for boxing, it works for tennis. Athletic height stances are necessary to understand so we don't stiffen up. I've noticed many kids, they tuck in their elbows, they're stiff as hell, but it's because of the gluten. And that's what this old master from Nicaragua told me. Gluten fucks you up because it just glues up into your tissue and bones, and you don't feel the stretch.
Yep.
Once you get rid of it slowly, it's a transition, of course. It doesn't. I'm on this like for the last 10 years or something.
Yep.
But yeah, it's all toroidal when you understand this. It's a sine wave also in tennis when you use a racket, etc., etc., etc. There are many ways to explain this. I mean, even in playing the guitar, if you don't brace your core and ground from the feet up, I mean, it will never happen.
Yep.
Because that will engage the middle finger. Once that middle finger is engaged, you start rocking.
Yeah.
Piano, it doesn't matter what. It's crazy.
Yep, I gotcha. I understand exactly what you're saying, man. Channeling the energy magnetically. I used to play the guitar electrically, and I could never play fast until I realised you've got to actually play those strings a lot softer and don't use so much force, and just let the magnetic pulse drive your fingers.
Exactly.
And I sped up like 100 times. Speed can only come if you play magnetically. If you play electrically, you're a hack.
Yeah. I give you a simple example from tennis, from the tennis perspective. 10 fingers, of course. You have a pistol grip. You hold the grip like holding your penis or a cucumber. That's a pistol grip. It's an octagon. Basically, you can switch into Eastern grips, semi-Western grips, etc. So in the sport of tennis, what happens is, for instance, what I was going to say is, man, I got so nervous. Sorry.
That was going to be a good one. That was going to
that was going to be a good one. Let me give me a pause. I have to breathe. Oh yeah, it's like a heartbeat. Actually, when you make contact with a ball, you match the rhythm of your heartbeat, and that's why it becomes so addictive, and that's why you see these players chilling, because they're not taking it as like it's really effortless. Plus, the steps they use are ballet steps, crossover steps, pedaling back, pedaling forward. There's a lot of moves from ballet and kung fu. So it's an old, ancient sport. This when you hit a ball in tennis, actually your wrist acts like a wall. And then the follow through after of your hand is like a rotation. So you don't have to apply force because it's centrifugal force that you're applying. Everything starts from the core plus from your feet ground up, kinetic chain.
Wow, right. So you're suggesting that the action that you take before you hit the ball, that's all you need, then you can stop, but you just follow through.
Yeah, you follow through by just releasing your breath and just letting it go, like in any sport. When you don't do it relaxed, nothing works.
Exactly, that's
if
why...
you hold a racket with a one-arm unit, that means your whole arm is one-arm unit, you'll break your arm. It's the same when you punch somebody with a one-arm unit. You're stiff as fuck. You want to hit a uppercut or whatever, you break your own neck and hand and stuff. But when you release it and when you apply a stance that is about double shoulder width apart and you flex your knees and you sink to your athletic stance, then this science applies.
Right, so you spread your shoulders and sink your knees. Is that what you said?
Yeah. You sink and then you do a halfway turn with your torso, because once you do a halfway turn, that means if you're facing me, you're open. But if you turn now, if you start turning your shoulder, your torso will be tight, and that's elastic energy.
Right.
And once you release that energy, you transfer the energy into the ball. So it's centrifugal force. You get a linear shot, plus your wrist still can roll the ball, and you create a topspin. Which is in tennis, this science is they knew about this science, and it's applied because you can reach any ball with a wide stance like a Formula One racer. Any sport, if you're upright, you don't work. If you sink low, open your feet wide, you spread them, and you flex your knees, and you brace your core, and you inhale, exhale in a ujjayi breath. Yeah, so when you bring your hands back, you inhale.
Yep.
And when you transfer the energy, it's like Tai Chi. You have the movement in Tai Chi as well, that you swing your arms from one side across your body.
Yes, yeah, right.
In a wide stance, it's the same science, and that transfers. I mean, you become a ninja when you know all these things, because I apply it in tennis, and I have proof where you can see that I hit the ball, I release the energy into the ball, and my feet lift up about 2 inches off the ground, which is kinetic force, and you split step after, automatically to come back to the center of the field.
Wow.
That's your recovery, because there are 5 R's in tennis. One is reading, the other one is responding, the other one is running, and the other one is recovering.
Wow.
Yeah, so these are halfway turns. What you just did was a 90-degree turn.
Yeah.
But basically your hips are 45 degrees. That means you're pointing your hips a little bit more to your corner, to each corner. It's 45-degree angle. Right. And then your shoulders are turned 90 degrees. That's where you feel the stretch in your abdomen. Right. That's where the energy is stored with an inhale. And then with an exhale, you relax your body and you just let go of that energy with a relaxed arm without bending your elbow and stuff, and keeping your wrist as relaxed as possible. It becomes like a slap in box. Or blocking a ball, like you're like a wall. That's the action of the wrist. It's kinetic chain with toroidal science behind, backed up, and all these planes that exist in yoga anatomy, the medial, coronal, sagittal planes. If you know about that, then you know that you're the center of the universe. Yeah, that's it. Swinging your arms with a wide stance and inhaling, exhaling. Chicken leg goes up. If my right hand, say I want to sprint, so if I explode with my right arm, my left foot will be engaged. If I explode with my left arm, then my right foot will be engaged. So it's all machinery, engineering. So if you do, for instance, there's an exercise that called switch kicks. So you use a box. I can show it to you here via YouTube if you want to. It's called the penalty box, or everybody can look it up.
Yep, let's do it.
Yeah, and this penalty box acts like a grid, and it also can become a hurdle. Yeah, so in this box, it's your own toroidal field. That means within that box, you can do switch kicks by alternating arms and legs with a core embrace and the right breath. Then you're doing HIIT training. That means you start burning calories like crazy. In 15 minutes, you're good to go without having to run miles and miles and miles. So, yeah.
Wow. You should do some videos on this.
Oh, I got plenty of them in my Instagram at Spacer79.
Why don't you send them to me so I can share them with all my people and my media, and give me some to put on my channel?
Sure.
To upload.
How can I send them though?
MP4 or
MP.
Yeah, or can't you send me the original file, the MP4 file?
I can share them maybe in Telegram, because I've seen I'm in your hub there.
Why don't you send them to my email?
All right, I'll send you a couple via email, or if you want to see it in Instagram, I have plenty of these proofs and evidences. Where I even start dancing with my toes in my own axis, and I become the center of the world. And these are things I never imagined I was going to do. I never thought I was going to dance. I never thought I was going to knew about this science, and I never thought I was going to be an athlete after working 20 years in a hardware store with my dad in Guatemala City.
Wow.
So I threw the towel and I told my dad, man, I spent 20 years behind the desk, and you're telling me go here, go there, the old ancient way. It was cool because it was school of life. But then again, my dream is this, that if you want to become an athlete, and if you see these athletes on TV, they know all about this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't want to say it. But in tennis, it becomes really peanuts because these people are just bullshitting you, earning millions, when anyone can do this, when you understand these principles and this science. And you got to work your ass off, of course. You got to understand that the feet, like Pisces, activates the lymphatic system. And the core plays an important role, and the hips too, because they hold a lot of traumas from the past and past life. So just by understanding a little anatomy and working on like tight hips and tight elbows and all this, it's because of the gluten.
Wow, exactly. I believe that. It creates two things: diabetes and arthritis. Gluten.
Yep.
Apart from bowel cancer. Bowel cancer is definitely what gluten creates because of all the mucus. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, but the body can solve it. It's so intelligent, and it's all about entering in the transition and start cutting off certain things where you feel that after eating them, you have a lot of mucus. And the body will also tell you what to eat and what not to eat. And I've come to a point where I only eat when I'm hungry. And it's mainly dates, tahini, a little bit of cashews. Got addicted to it, although Sebi says they're toxic.
Oh yeah, Dr. Sebi does not like cashews, man.
Yeah, man, and these things, I don't know. I've been in this craving phase lately with cashews, but I mean, I'm sporting a lot. I'm averaging about 10,000 steps a day, and I'm standing about 18 hours a day because of all the syncretism that's happening around me. And Albania has given me this power, because when I was in the office in the hardware store in una ferreteria, working with a family, it's only stress, and we fell in debt and all this. And there you don't have time to explore your body.
Right.
And you don't have time for nothing. So after that, I said, man, I want to do the things that I didn't do in 20 years. And it doesn't matter the age. The body will get used to it once you make it a habit.
Yeah, you got it, brother. I'll tell you what, you've got a lot to teach, man. I really would like you to consider that offer I said and get your information out there. Do you have a channel?
Well, actually, I don't have like much. I want to do a channel that I can involve the sports with Neoplatonic science and astrology. So I can link it with cell salts. So I have an affiliate program, and I'm also a certified yoga trainer. I'm a certified tennis coach. I speak 5 languages fluently. And I'm a paddle instructor as well. And multi-sports, I mean, you give me a snowboard and I understand the science. So I just use the center of gravity and well, not center of gravity, the center, which is my core, basically. And once that's tucked in and you have a little yoga anatomy knowledge behind it, and plus your science, it just crushes everything.
Yep, exactly. The syncretism science just absolutely.
Yeah, syncretism plus it's all connected. And if I can send you the videos, or I don't know, I'll have some clips ready for you.
Yep, that'll be great, brother. All right, Sebastian.
To take it so long, man, but I think I caught up the right moon now.
Which moon's that? What's your sun sign?
Capricorn.
Oh, that's right. And your moon?
Aquarius.
Oh, very Saturnian, brother. So you're disciplined, high achiever. Lots of rules. You follow the rules. You make rules. You follow them.
It's crazy because you start something, you let it go, then you start another thing. You do 1,000 things at once. But it's funny. I consider Capricorns here in Albania, there are plenty because there are a lot of builders. You can look it up in their faces, dense bones as well, and robust bodies. Their faces are cracked, but these people are long lasting, and not even a brick can break them apart in Albania. It's magical. It's fantastic. It's cheap. With $7, 10 people can eat easily.
Wow.
And it's like Mediterranean food. They produce their own olive oil. I have my own olive tree. I have pomegranates, mandarins, oranges. I planted everything, even weed, and I got caught. And miracle happened that the owner said, "Oh shit, I'll have to flee Albania and this and that." But something magical happened. I got nervous and I got caught with his plants while I was away from this house where I'm living. And I had this clan telling them, "Hey, come on, plant some trees of ganja." And the owner came and said, "What the fuck is this?" And I said, "Oh, sorry." And I could get in really big trouble because of this, but I think angels and archangels were protecting me, as if they gave him a spirit of being kind to me and saying, "Yeah, it's just $500." Because some cops kind of saw my plants in my backyard.
And
I have a wine field back behind my yard, which is a rocky field. Rocky is like grappa. It's where they make this liquor, and so somebody blew the whistle.
Haha. All right.
And my wife is a diplomat, so I don't want to get her in trouble. She has to stay out of this. A lot of adventures, but I can share that in another time. And I really would like to start doing something with syncretism and sports connected with yoga and with Sebi and all this. I have a lot of stuff, but thanks to you also. It's been this journey.
Well, I'd love to have you as an instructor at the academy, man. Man. That's what we need, people like you.
With pleasure.
Yeah, well, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I've sent you a couple bucks in the past months as for your time. So because you do show a lot of richness.
So, thanks, brother.
Yeah,
wow, man.
Bless you, man.
Bless you. Thank you.
People like you deserve it.
Thank you. Yep.
All right, brother. Hasta
All right.
luego.
Hasta luego, Sebastian. We'll see you the next time, brother.
Ciao,
all right.
man.
I'm going to share my screen. I've got something exciting to show everybody. Can you...
Yeah, for sure.
No, it's not doing it.
Give me 1 second.
I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you my brother and my niece at the Canberra protest.
Okay.
I'm proud of them. My sister just sent me a picture of them. There you go, there's my brother. Peter, Scorpio. And there's Layla, Pisces. Layla and Peter, they're vegan. They've been vegan for as long as I have. And they are truthers. They love syncretism. Layla is Sonia's sister. So, and there's Peter. And I knew he'd be there, man. He went to Canberra. Good on you, Pete. Scorpio fighter, man. He'd love to. Peter would love to do what I would love to do. Grab a sword from God, a double-edged golden sword, and go and chop off all the heads of the ones that truly deserve it. I'd do it. No problems. People say, oh, Santos, how can you talk like that? You've got to have love and compassion. And no, you don't. You don't have to have love and compassion for people who actually steal babies of crying mothers. The children go missing. Then they torture those babies for hours and hours and hours and hours. Get the adrenochrome, eat them, and then have sex orgies. No, they need their heads removed. I'm sorry. But Peter is one of those guys. He's right there with me. Yeah, this is a picture I'm going to save. I'm so proud of this. Good on you, Peter. Good on you, Layla. I'll make a short video. Can you, Ricardo, can you make a snippet out of that? Can you take this part out and make a short video? I want to post it and give a tribute to my good plant-based sovereignty. They love sovereignty. They love syncretism. They're big fans of my syncretism, Peter and Layla. And Sonia, of course, Layla's sister. She's one who's made all my graphics. So out of all my family, and Sonia and Layla's mother, Angela, as well. She's pretty good too, pretty open. And Bruna, my other sister. In fact, all of my family. But these two here and Sonia, they are exceptionally good students of syncretism. All right, next caller.
All right.
Who we got? Alexander Morales.
Alexander Morales, yeah.
De Puerto Morelos, Morales. I got amethyst today, so I can be nice and soft and kind, because Aryans need that.
Alexander is here.
Alexander. Hello.
Alexander.
Hola, hermano. I think some of these people are just listening.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But
We have questions in Zoom. Some people don't want to
yeah,
call.
let's have a look at this.
So they're putting questions in the chat because they don't want to call.
In Zoom or in the YouTube?
In Skype. In your Skype.
Oh, in my Skype. All right, that's closed. I've had it closed so that. All right, let's go there. Skype. All right, Anne-Marie's got me some questions. E.g. prophecies. Is it true negative numbers are magnetism and positive numbers are electric? The zero being neutral, which is where we are. You can look at it that way. Yeah, you can look at it that way. I would look at it like this. I would look at it better than this. It's okay to explain it like this, but there's a better way. Negative is black light.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, brother.
Hello?
Can who are we talking to? Alexander? Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah. Alexander, can you just hold it for a bit? I just want to finish my thought here.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but can you just hold it for a minute? I just want to finish answering that question. So, negative is dielectricity, black light. Positive is magnetism, white light. Right? So, including electricity is only confusing things. Electricity is always a subset of dielectricity and magnetism. So electricity is both good, positive and negative. So you can't say that electricity is positive or negative. It is both. It is the dual God. It is bisexual. Magnetism is not. Magnetism is feminine. Dielectricity is masculine. Dielectricity is black light. Magnetism is white light. So I would do it that way. That's a better explanation. All right, now let's go to Alexander. Alexander, fire away. He's gone, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right. Catherine. Catherine's next. Christine. Christine Beauchamp.
Hi.
Hey, Christine.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
What am I? I'm getting a voice somewhere.
You need to turn down your speakers from the YouTube channel.
Okay, let me do that. Okay. Okay, now that is, let me hold on, all right. Yes. Okay, oops, wait, can you hear me now? Hi.
Oh, we can hear you, yes, but we can hear the speakers.
So, sir, I wanted to ask if it's possible, if you know, is it possible?
Speakers from the YouTube channel. YouTube. From YouTube. I think we've got a big delay. You're hearing me like about 10 seconds after I speak.
Okay.
Close YouTube. Yeah, just shut the YouTube down. Okay. And stay on Zoom. Just turn it off. Shut it off. Get rid of it. Huh?
Is it possible to make, my husband passed away last August, and I'm wondering if it's...
We've got a big delay. You're hearing me like about...
Yes.
10 seconds after I speak.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Just shut the YouTube down. Yeah, you've got to turn, you get rid of YouTube. Get rid of it. Turn it off.
Okay. All right, got it. How's that?
That's better.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm not great with computer. So my husband passed away last August, and I'm wondering, are you at all familiar with contacting people that have crossed over? I'm so devastated without him.
Oh boy, wow. I can imagine. I've had so many close people die to me in the last 6 months, including my father, and it's absolutely, it's gotten to me. I nearly died last month. I was 10 kilos skinnier than I am now. Put 10 kilos on in 5 weeks, just by eating correctly. But I do feel the presence of my best friend who was murdered and my father who was murdered in the nursing home as well. I do feel their presence. So I don't know. I'm not the person to talk to at all about the subject of talking to people who have passed and communicating with them and what to do and how to do it and is it this way or is it that way. I'm not that person. But yes, you can. Now, but don't be surprised if you don't, because you might not be required to. You may not have any communications from that individual anymore. That might just be the lesson. It may have... The physical death may also be the death on another level. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying that at all, because just in case. I mean, you might go 6 months and there's no, you can't work out how to get in touch with your deceased partner, and then you might get more depressed. Don't be depressed. All souls reunite on a plane as they ascend eventually, all souls that need to, all souls that must join their energies in order for the individual souls to grow. All the people you've ever met even the bad people, they were all sent, all part of the plan, all part of your destiny, all part of what you needed, whether good or bad, period. And so everything, every interaction you've ever had with anybody, it's all made you who you are, and there'll be more as you ascend with other higher beings as you go. So, as I said, I'm not the one to give a concrete, reliable, plausible answer on this, but I would say that put your hope in the fact that one day there will be a reunion on a higher plane, you know.
So then, if you have also lost some loved ones, how are you able to keep yourself going? I'm having a hard time functioning.
Whew, wow. There's two ways of existing. There's doing and being. In Buddhism, they say, to do, you must be. Now, I see a lot of people that are doing things. You don't have to do anything. If you're going to say, oh, right, I'm depressed, what should I do to get out of this depression? I would address the being of yourself. How should I feel? You know, rather than what to do. Address the being. And you can do that by doing. For instance, you can say, all right, I'm depressed here at home. So what I'll do is I'll go down to the beach, or I'll go up the mountain for a hike, and I will just be with the mountain. The ocean will be my friend. And just give yourself a break. Give yourself a break from the agony and the pain and the sorrow, and allow yourself every day, without doing, just being, allow yourself that love, you know, and let the good memories, it's always good to heal, to remember the good memories of the love that you shared, and invite that into your life. Invite that in at moments when you're having a tea. Just sit there. I'm going to think of when we walked down the pier one day and we watched the birds fly and we just sat there and enjoyed the day. Right. Go, allow those moments to fill your mind as soon as the sorrow comes in. You've got to actually process the sorrow, though.
Yeah, that's so hard. I because he passed away, and I blame myself that I wasn't able to help him survive, and now I'm left, and I blame myself as if I didn't do enough for him, or maybe I didn't know enough, even though I tried to do everything I knew and got him all the help I could. I'm still blaming myself.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there will be blame. Blame is one of the emotions that you've got to transmute now. Feel it, understand it, accept it, and forgive yourself. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Just keep doing that, make that your mantra. You know, I'm not encouraging the doing of that, I'm encouraging the being of that, the being of you waking up in the morning saying, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you. Be that individual that feels like that, rather than sit there going, I'm sorry, thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, 5 times, and think that you're doing it perfunctorily. That's doing, it's not going to work. You might as well do it, that's half-assed. You might as well do it in the being mode. You'll get what I mean.
Yes, I do. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I wish I could give you a much better answer, but that's about it.
I appreciate what you shared. Thank you.
Okay, just 1 minute there, Christine. If you look in the comments, there's someone there that's offering to give you a free reading. What's her name?
The name is Obnoxious Subconscious.
Obnoxious Subconscious. Well, that's interesting. All right, but maybe they can help. You know, maybe they can have a look at some the card situation. Is it tarot reading?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, but there's probably, go through the chat and there's probably some people who might have a good video for you, a good book. So anyone listening, if you can help Christine,
Please, thank you so much.
drop it in the chat. Thank you, dear sister. Thank you. Alrighty, we've got Catherine Ellen.
Okay.
Hi, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sister.
Oh, very good. Thank you. I'm surprised the female that was before me, I think her name is Christine. Maybe this will help. I'm not sure. I want to ask you too, Santos, during meditation, have you ever tried to take a photo of yourself during meditation?
No.
When you're deep in meditation? Well, I did, and you'll be surprised what comes up. You'll see light. You even may see auras above your head. And I even have a copy of that. So I don't know if meditation will be helpful for her. If she has a deep love in her heart, which I'm quite sure she does, this is how they communicate, because they're not in a physical, tangible form like we are. They're like maybe light beings. You can feel and sense. So maybe these things she's sensing is the intense love that he has for her. So that's what she's feeling. And maybe she's feel guilty because she did not give enough because of this intense love. I mean, that's my feeling.
Right. So now she feels that intense love, and maybe she feels adequate that she wasn't actually reciprocating that level of intensity of love. Right.
Because they are always with us, always.
Right.
But the way they're, I guess you would know their presence is from the heart, your feelings. And you have your feelings as well. You may feel guilty because of this intense love, but it's his love. He's still showing that. And that's what you're feeling guilty because of it. I'm just saying, I'm not a psychologist or anything like that, but the way she's feeling is how I felt about my father when he died. I felt so guilty because I wasn't there for him enough. I did not do enough, but I just felt this intense love for him. Even when I think of him, I feel like cradling a baby in my heart. That's how I feel.
Wow.
So, I cannot be in her shoes to actually feel what she feels. But this is how they communicate. This is, to me, that's my belief, because that's how I know within my heart, with all my heart, that's how he communicates. And I think that's how they all communicate. And we are so used to seeing, because we've been on earth, and that's what we always see. We want to see something tangible, say, or something in writing or some sort of form or something. But it's actually a feeling, an emotional, a dream, something much more deeper than what we actually see in our physical form. So I don't know if that's helpful for her too. But also, Santos, I wanted to tell you, because I can send you some photographs to show that for sure, because it was a testimony for me. You don't have to have a machine to know that this is actually happening, but you can just happen to have a camera, a photograph. And when you feel this intense love in your meditation, that would really show in your auras, your chakras. All this will show up. And I remember you talked about like I think it was the black sun and the white sun, if I say that correctly, Santos?
Yes, that's correct.
And let me tell you something else. When this is actually happening, you'll see, you can be in a bright room, vivid bright room, or outside in the sun. And when this starts to happen, it starts to get dark, very dark. And then this other intense light comes in, and you'll see like auras and things like that. And trust me, I mean, a lot of people say I'm crazy, but this is not crazy. It has been in my photographs. And a lot of things that you will do, and every individual has their own truth. And if you tell somebody else, they may not believe you, but you know in your heart that this is your truth. Has happened to me. I don't care what anybody else says. This I know for sure. This I know for sure because this is my experience. And I love what you do, Santos. I do. And I know you're telling the truth because I have experienced it. And there's nothing like it a truth unless you really experience it, because you can say, yes, it sounds right, it sounds true, it sounds believable. Until you actually experience this, you know it's the truth. You know within your heart, deep within your heart, is the truth. So I wanted to say that, and also to Christine, when you feel that in your heart, that from him, when you think of him and what you feel, that is him. Trust me and
absolutely
believe it.
100%.
That's him. And when you get your own feelings, you feel guilty because you feel like you have not met on his level, but you are. He's telling you that. Trust that with all your heart, because that's the same thing I felt with my father. And my father we are on the same level no matter what. And I believed it. And it was funny that, like I said, you came before I did, because I was going to ask about the photographs when you take them. When you deep in that meditation, when you have that intense love, take a photograph, watch it. I'm telling you, if I can, I will send you a photograph of what I have. But the feeling and the emotion is more of a spiritual and more in depth than anything else. That's your truth, and that's what I wanted to say. So I hope that helps. And believe me, I know because I experienced it, and no matter what anybody else say, nobody can take that away from me at all.
Exactly. It's true, Catherine. That's it. If you sense that person in your aura, in your field, then that's that person, because energy has personality, and that personality exists everywhere, and what we call in nowhere, but in the everywhere. So if you're feeling it here, that means it's here, that means it's him, that is it, because know that person.
Right, and I can give you another example. Like for instance, like if you're going into a public place where there's a lot of people and you walk in, you can kind of get a feeling how the field or the vibe of that atmosphere, right?
Yep.
Without even talking to anyone. You get that because that's a spiritual soul. It's like a connection we have. It's the same sort of connection, but you have a more intense connection with that individual person. So you actually feel it in the intensity that you feel it, Christine.
Yep.
Other than like walking in a room and you're like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like the feel of that. Even though you look and see, well, you don't like how they dress or whatever, but you can feel the emotional feeling of that person as soon as you walk in that room. But again, when you have such closeness with an individual, or more of a bond, you get a more of a tense feeling within your heart. That is such a deep connection. That's what you have with that individual. And nobody can take that away from you, because that is your connection. And whatever you're feeling because of that connection, and that I'm believing is that guilt, he doesn't want you to, I would assume, not feel guilty, because you feel that love. You understand what I'm saying? So he keeps pushing that towards you. And you feel that painful guilt, but still that love. So you have to bond with that and get rid of the guilt. Now, like again, I'm not a psychologist or but I have experience, and I had that, I don't know, I'm not in your shoes, but my father, I was so close to my father, very close. And I felt so guilty because I didn't give enough. I didn't do enough. And I felt him suffering, and he didn't have anything. And I mean, he suffered, and I felt I did not do anything. But we were close, always close since I was born. And I could, and I'm sorry, Santos, if I'm taking too much time, but I give one example, and this is true. My mom and dad separated when I was 6 or 7 years old. And during this time, I was joining the military, the Air Force, the US Air Force. I had no idea where my father was, not one iota, not one state, or nowhere. And I remember when I got to Nellis Air Force Base, that was in Las Vegas, Nevada, the female who I was with, she was going to show me Las Vegas because I just arrived. So she said, well, let me drive you down the strip. This is in broad daylight. And I said, okay. I was not interested because I'm not a gambler or anything. So we driving down the strip and I'm looking around and I'm on the passenger side. It's just her and I. We go down the strip and I look at the people. Believe me, I spot my father walking down the sidewalk and I grabbed, her name was Yolanda, and I grabbed her arm and showed, I said, Yolanda, that's my dad. And I shook her. She almost lost control of the vehicle. I had no idea where he was, but I spotted him in Las Vegas, walking down the strip. What's like synchronicity? What in the world of the time, date, and everything? How could I find my father? Or I wasn't even looking, spot my father, and he see me out of nowhere, at any time of day, and I catch him. And ever since then, we've been back together again. And that's, I was with him when he died. So trust me when I tell you, trust me, Christine, and anybody, when you share time with someone, especially a close friend, a companion, your animals, your father, your mother, anyone, you keep, that's a connection you have. And when they pass, that connection is still within you and it's still there. So it never went away. And that's the way they communicate, because even though you talk, even if you deaf, mute, can't see, you have that.
Yeah.
Anyone who's deaf, can't talk and can't see, talk to them. Well, if you can communicate, they have a communication.
He had severe dementia because he had a brain injury, and he was deaf and he couldn't see, and he couldn't walk. So he was bedridden.
Funny I say that.
And I took care of him, but he didn't even know it was me.
Oh, he knows. He knows. Trust me, he knows. I don't know what else I could do to prove it to you, because I experienced all this myself, and that's how come I can say it. I nobody can take, and I'm not doing this to make anybody feel good, because, and I know nobody knows me, but that is my experience, and nobody can take it away from me. And it's odd and strange that you came on before I did, because I said, oh my God. And because I was going to ask Santos about that, because it's there. I mean, it's there, it's everywhere, and it's open to anyone who wants to see it. And I tell you something else too, and I'm gonna shut my mouth, and I'm sorry.
Thank you so much.
But if you go to a place and you have to go to the place and you have problems with somebody and you're not happy going there, before you go there to deal with those people, quiet yourself and bring in the most intense love in your heart, and bring it to the place where you're going. Always bring it there before you go. At least give at least 10 or 15 minutes before you go. And when you go, I can guarantee you they either won't be there, they'll turn their head, you'll have a different experience. I mean, I'm telling you, it's different, because I have experienced so many things. And that's why I listen to Santos, because I hear him and I say, yes, that's true, because I experience it, I know it. Because if I didn't experience, I listen, okay, yeah, it sounds great, it sounds true, it sounds magnificent. But unless you actually experience and feel it and see it, that is, there's no other truth than that. There's no other truth than that, because that's something nobody can take away from you. I don't care, like Santos say, if it's Hillary Clinton or anybody, they can't take that away from you. They never can, because that's yours, and it will be with you forever. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sisters.
Oh, you're welcome.
Alrighty, let's take. What have I done wrong?
You need to mute your microphone. And your microphone.
Yeah, right. So let's take another call. I think it might be the last one. So we've got Flat Earth Subgenius. That's Dan. I can. Yeah, let's talk to Dan, and then I'll address some questions from the chat and finish off. Dan, you're on, brother. No, he's gone. He's frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen.
All right. In the meantime, jump on whenever you come back. But I'm going to grab some of these questions. Some really good ones here. Really good questions. Are the Knights of Malta higher than the Jesuits? No. The Jesuits trump all other knights, all other orders. That's why Pope Francis sacked the Superior General Commander, or the Superior General of the Knights of Malta. One of the first things he did when he got into office. How did he do that? Because he was a Jesuit. So that's put the Knights of Malta, he put them right in their place because they were getting very powerful. The Knights of Malta would be a much cleaner, better organisation than the Jesuits. Remember, they were protecting the West from the invasion of the Moors, and they protected Christianity. They really believed in Christianity. They were the protectors and benefactors of Christianity for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. The Jesuits are false ones. Even though they called themselves the Society of Jesus, they are the Society of Satan. But I'm not saying that the Knights of Malta now are good guys. I'm not really sure, but a lot of them are not good guys, trust me. How about Latin? Is it a Romance language? Yes, it is. I want to know, for urine therapy, how long do you let your urine ferment? Well, you can keep it in forever. Eventually it's going to turn into gold. Every jar I get, I collect all my urine. I've got a stash of it and I'm keep it forever if I can, because it gets stronger and stronger by the minute. Now you can shake it. You need to shake it as well, because it needs to be mixed. You can't just leave it in a dark place and forget about it. Every once a week or something, you just have to shake it around a bit. You can put it out in the sun some days, so the sun will make it structured more. The sun structures it more. The dark place ages it more. So it's a bit of both, but you should put it out in the sun as well. Would the tree of life be our chakra system? Yes. That's just chakra system. There it is. There's all the colours in order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. It's red shift, blue shift, the rainbow. Is the energy crossing through our nervous system bio-electromagnetic energy? Yes, it is. Everything is. All energy. If you're talking about energy, you're talking about magnetism. Period. So wherever it is, wherever you see energy, whatever form it takes, it is magnetism. Magnetism is the mother. The son of God is electricity. Electricity is a hybrid. It is temporal. Magnetism is not temporal, although it does produce time. It is not temporal. It is eternal. Electricity has a finite temporal time span and a decay factor. Magnetism never decays. It's the standing wave as opposed to the transverse wave. Okay, Santos, can you please talk about the holographic library, please? I don't know what that means, the holographic library, but everything is, when you say holographic, I see the holographic model as the self-similar fractal universe that we live in. All forms, all things are fractally self-similar. The higher you go up and the smaller you go. Nanoparticles, you go down right down to the most minuscule thing. These days they've got computers that are nano. You can't even see them with your eye, and it's a computer, and they can put it in your injections. So, but you wonder how can that be? I mean, I can't see it. Well, what about a sperm, which creates a life? Can you see it? No, it's invisible. A sperm is invisible. That's why it's such a holy thing, that life comes from something that is invisible to the eye. Right, I was wondering if you could go over biblical verses in astrology to help me know them and how they connect to share with my Christian. All right, Job 38:32. Get all your Christian Bible people to read Job 38:32, where it says, Job, can you read the Mazzaroth? And the Mazzaroth is the zodiac. Just have a Strong's Concordance ready on your computer, pull up Strong's Concordance on your computer and look up the word Mazzaroth and show that to them. That should get them on the right track. There's a lot more, but I can't spend too much more time.
We have Devon King.
Huh? Dan's back? No. Okay, Santos, what do you think about manna? Monatomic gold turned into white powder mixed with the bread and the holy bread. Alchemy, lost art. Yeah, well, the manna is the ormus, it is the white gold. I just learnt the other day that the Polynesians called the ether manna. Oh, interesting. Jesus said in the Bible, it's written, and the Lord God gave unto the children of Israel manna to eat from heaven. Well, that shows that he fed them, or that they were feeding on the ether. Thank you, Polynesians. Thank you for calling the ether, magnetism, thank you for calling it manna. Yeah, that's beautiful. Can you speak about the Emerald Tablets of Thoth? The Emerald Tablets of Thoth are the 2 tablets of the 10 Commandments of Moses. Moses is Thoth. Thoth is Hermes. Hermes is Mercury. Mercury is Buddha. Buddha is Nebo. Nebuchadnezzar, for instance. Nebo means Mercury. And that's the messenger of the gods. So the tablets of Thoth, they are the 2 hemispheres of your brain. It's in you. Don't look out there. Don't do an Indiana Jones and go looking for the Ark of the Covenant. Oh, Indiana Jones and the what was it? Raiders of the Lost Tombs. And they actually make movies about people physically looking for this box. Well, that's your pituitary gland. You know, the emerald tablets are the 2 hemispheres of the brain. The Ida and the Pingala going down your spinal system. Guys, it's all physiological. All right. I was wondering if you could go over the biblical verses of, well, I did one. All right, done that. EJ prophecies, I'll have to look at your questions next time, man. You've got a lot of questions there. I did one of your questions. Are negative numbers magnetism and positive numbers electric? Yes, that'll do. You can explain it that way. Are the 12 colours of the colour wheel representation of the 12 zodiac signs representing their energy? Is this why they call Mars the red planet? Yes and yes. Is it true that the Earth is the mother and centre of all creation? Yes. Geocentric. Geo is mother-centric. We live in a geocentric system, which is why she is green and which is the neutral colour? Yes. They say Earth's core is fire, red, orange, yellow. Are these realms in order by colour? Yes, I would say yes to that. 3 heavens above, 3 hells below. 7 heavens above, 7 hells below. And the last one, is the moon a plasma portal that reincarnates humans back to this realm? Yes, 100%. Now, I'm just going to share my screen. I'm going to show you one more photo of my good brother and my niece. Oh, I'm just so proud of this. There they are again. There he is. There's Peter. And there's Layla, Sonia's sister. And look at, they got the flag. So he knows what he's doing, man. He's in Canberra. Just like the truckies that are in Ottawa. And just like everywhere else in the world. So I'm glad that I can see this, because my other brother David, he actually got the jab. He's an electrician, and he knows. He also knows syncretism. He knows all about. Mum didn't give us the V when I didn't V my son. He's 28. He's never had a V in his life, right? My brother knows this, my brother David, and yet he's got 4 girls, 4 little girls, young, beautiful girls, a wife, a house to pay. He's an electrician, and he got pressured, and he went and got the jab. This brother here, Peter, he will say, over my dead body. He's a warrior, man. He's a fighter, and he is very, very strong spirit inside this guy, man. And Layla as well. Layla started being a vegan. She was the first one in the family to become vegan about 20 years ago. She was only about 5 or 6 years old. She watched that film. Remember that film about the pig? Little pig? And they ate the pig? What's that one? Dang, man. The famous pig film that Disneyland. It was a little pig. Huh? No, anyway, she watched that, and that was it. She went vegan. So she inspired me. I remember I used to, before 13 years ago, because that's when I became plant-based, I remember I used to offer her meat. I remember once, I was joking with her because I knew she would never, ever eat an animal. I was still eating animals back then, and I thought I was smart, so I had a sausage and I said, come on, have a bit of pig bum, Layla, come on, it's only a pig bum. That's all it is, it's just the bum of a pig, have some. And she would just go, oh, that's gross, it's disgusting. How can you eat meat? It's disgusting. Anyway, there they are. I'm proud of this moment, guys. I want to share this because this makes my heart so happy to know that even my sister Bruna and her brother and her husband Enzo, they last year they went to a lot of the rallies in Melbourne as well. Because Peter and Layla are also in Victoria down Melbourne Way, but they drove all the way up to Australian Capital Territory to be at Canberra with all of these Australians who are going to make a revolution. So on that happy note, I'm going to close off.
Everyone's commenting the movie's Babe.
Huh?
Babe. Everyone's commenting.
Babe, that's it. Yes, the film Babe. When did that come out?
Porquito Valiente.
Yes, what is it?
Porquito Valiente.
Porquito Valiente.
Valiente.
Valiente. Valiente. Let's have a look at Babe. I've got to check this, guys.
1995.
Huh? 1995. Okay, so that was... So 27 years ago, she became vegan. Look at her, and people say, oh, no. And you know what? Layla she doesn't even eat organic food. She's always eating chocolate bars and rubbish and junk, and she is so healthy. She's got 2 beautiful children. So and Peter's vegan, and he's as muscly as Iron Man. So people say, oh yeah, but they don't look good, Look at Layla. She's gorgeous. She's a little supermodel. And 27 years not eating the flesh of rotting corpses. So, even though I don't like the word vegan, and I've never ever criticised the vegan diet, I have criticised vegans. Someone got confused and wrote to me the other day, oh, Santos, make up your mind. You were bashing the vegan diet the other day, and now you've got a meme up promoting veganism. I said, no, I've never ever bashed the vegan diet at all. The New World Order vegan diet, yes, I have, but the real one, that's the one I'm on. Why would I bash it? No, I bash vegans because a lot of them, 90% of them, are doing it all wrong, and a lot of them get so pompous about the fact that they're vegans that they think that they're just going to have straight access to heaven through the pearly gates because of the word vegan. That's how powerful they think that word is. They think it's like it makes them a Jedi or something. Yeah, well, I'm vegan. Doesn't matter that, regardless of the fact that I'm a bum, alcoholic, a drug addict, a liar, a cheat, but I am vegan. So, yeah, I will bash vegans till the day I die because a lot of them are just, they're losers. You know, so it's unfortunate because they give a bad name to the perfect human diet. The perfect human diet is plants and vegetables. But these guys, they go out and get their food from shops, and then they get sick, and all the flesh eaters go, you see, you should be eating meat. No, these are bad examples. Vegans are bad examples for veganism, just as astrologers are bad examples for astrology. 99% of the astrologers out there, they're all idiots. They think the moon is a rock that men can go and land on in their cake mixers. You know, they make a little cake mixer and they put 3 astronauts in there, and then the eagle has landed, and you can see it's all cartoon, Disney World, frickin' BS. And yes, and then they call Nixon. Hey, Nixon, how's Watergate going there? Is it still scandalous, President? A telephone call to the moon, right? They did a telephone. Can people actually believe this? I mean, I can't even call Playa del Carmen sometimes because the signal is, I'm not in the right. And yet President Nixon called them. They played golf. Of course, if you're going to go to the moon, you've got to bring your golf sticks. You'll be bored if you go to the moon. You've got to play golf, right? They brought their golf sticks. And where did they put that buggy? They had this buggy. They were going around driving on this buggy. How did that fit in the cake mixer that they landed on? Look, you got more chances of getting to the moon with a helicopter than you do with any of those things that NASA makes. All right, guys? So, as I say, vegans give a bad name to veganism. Astrologers, Copernican astrologers, that is, there's only about 5 to 10 geocentric, flat Earth, stationary Earth astrologers that I know, and I'm one of them. So, but long live astrology, long live veganism, and long live the truth and syncretism. Love you all, guys. This is the sort of content that's going to be coming out every week at the Academy. So join the virtual Academy, Syncretism Society .com? Virtual...
SyncretismSociety.com.
Yeah, syncretismsociety.com, of course. All right, guys, I'm out. Thank you. Till next week.
The world has become tyrannical.
You want more of your people to die?
Deceptive. Dystopian. Fraudulent. Factual. Truthful. Direct knowledge. Has been taken away from the masses for the purposes of control. But enough is enough, dear friends. Now is the time to take what is rightfully ours. Welcome to the Syncretism Society Virtual Academy.
Welcome.
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 Welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome to the Syncretism Society
Virtual
Academy.
Within the Academy, we have great minds to collectively bring our alumni a staggering range of knowledge.
based off decade after decade of quantifiable research.
spanning from sound medicine,
Yoga science,
Indian spirituality,
medical astrology,
wisdom to sovereignty,
holistic health,
esoteric sciences, astrotheology.
Acquiring these truths, dear friends,
will drive your empowerment and ability
for proper ascension.
take back your sovereignty,
Take back your knowledge.
take back your freedom. Join us at the Syncretism Society Virtual Academy.